I'm Connie Center, Director of Design and Construction at Torrance Memorial. Almost everyone has seen our doggy portraits hanging in the hallways of the hospital. These portraits celebrate our Pet Visitation program. The portraits have recently been moved to a new location in the central tower. This allows for more visibility and enjoyment by visitors and staff alike. So we thought this would be a great time to learn a little more about our Pet Visitation program. Today we're visiting with Mary Matson, who oversees the Pet Visitation program. Mary's going to tell us a little bit more and about the value to the organization.
We are very grateful for our Pet Visitation program here at Torrance Memorial. Very, very grateful for all of the volunteers who have come in with their four-legged partners beginning in 1990 when the program started. They really can't get very far without engaging someone who wants an encounter. They come in and visit patients in their rooms. They visit with visitors in our waiting areas. And as a nice bonus, our staff get to have visits with these doggies and just get some love, and basically we all get medicine in furry form. And now hundreds and thousands of people can enjoy our doggies as they walk through our hall.
Let's go over to Sean O'Malley's studio and take a look at his process. Such an honor to be here with you. We've seen his work at the hospital and we're excited today to talk to him about his process.
Okay, this is how the process starts. They provide me with a photograph of the dog, which I then make a larger sketch of, and one large enough to transfer to the board. The back of the paper I coat with a graphite powder, turning it into basically like a carbon paper, but with graphite, which is the lead that you have in a pencil. At that point, I draw on top of the sketch with a ballpoint pen. That transfers the image into a pencil sketch on the board. I then want to fill in the black and white contrast painting just to show me where everything is and what the values are. It ends up looking very dramatic, but it's the basis or the foundation I'm going to layer everything else I do on top of. I want it very sharp and contrasting so that the other layers of paint, this will still show through and guide me on where I need to go next. The next step after that is to apply the background. The background goes first because I'm going to layer everything else on top of it as I move onto the dog. I will start with the darker colors that are in the back, and then the hair that comes up in front will be added later and later. The very final touches are the nose and the eyes. Here we have the darker colors that I applied and the middle tones, which I'm starting to play with getting the hair in. In the pencil sketch, I just stay close to the edges, but at this stage I'm starting to pull the brush longer and define the fur and which direction everything is going to move in the fur. After this, I'll go in and start adding another layer, which is going to be the sunlight that's bouncing off the hair, and I'll come back in and darken up some of the values that need a darker contrast. Here, I've added the highlights and the core shadows so that everything is really sharp in contrast and pulling the whole thing together and making it look like a sharp image. I've also applied the name tag, which has the same process of using that carbon or graphite paper, which I apply to the image. Here's the finished product, ready to go.
And here are the series of steps sped up. The day of the unveiling was Valentine's Day, 15 years after the original portraits were hung in 2008. These beautiful portraits are hanging in the central tower for everyone to enjoy. A lot of pet owners showed up along with staff to celebrate this new milestone in our Pet Visitation program.
Thank you, everyone. The spirit of Torrance Memorial is evident right now. I feel it. It's family. And I think we're so successful as an organization for our community because of that.